Title: The Last Evening in Lviv. The rain had stopped, but the streets still shimmered under the dim glow of the streetlights. Ole walked slowly, her boots splashing through shallow puddles. Every corner, every familiar sound of the city felt like a goodbye. Tomorrow, she would leave Lviv. The city that had watched her grow, that had seen her fall in love, make mistakes, dream, and fail, she would leave it behind for something she couldn't yet imagine. Her train ticket to Warsaw was folded neatly in her coat pocket, a simple piece of paper, but it carried the weight of a decision she wasn't sure she wanted to make. She passed the small bakery where the old woman still remembered her favorite sweet rolls. The smell of freshly baked bread drifted into the night air. For a moment, Ole thought about going in, about pretending that nothing was changing, that tomorrow would be like every other day. But she didn't. Instead, she kept walking, her steps echoing softly on the wet cobblestones. When she reached the small bridge near her old school, she stopped. This was the place where she had first kissed Mikola, years ago, when life still felt simple. He had always said that bridges were symbols of change, of crossing from one part of life to another. She smiled sadly at the thought. Her phone buzzed. Still sure about leaving? The message read. It was from Mikola. She stared at the words for a long time. Her fingers hovered over the screen before she typed back, "I have to." But even as she sent it, her chest tightened. She looked at the reflection of the city lights in the water and whispered to herself, "Do I really?" She knew why she was going. The job in Warsaw was a dream, stable, well paid, something she had worked toward for years. But what she hadn't expected was how hard it would be to leave everything else, the smell of coffee from her favorite cafe, the old tram that rattled past her window every morning, the laughter of her friends on Sunday afternoons. At midnight, the city seemed to hold its breath. Ole stood at the train station, her small suitcase beside her. The loudspeaker announced departures, and she felt time slipping through her fingers. She turned around one last time. Lviv glowed softly behind her, golden domes, dark rooftops, and narrow streets that twisted like memories she could never erase. The train's headlights cut through the mist. She took a deep breath, feeling her heart pound. "Thank you," she whispered, "to the city, to her memories, to the life she had lived here." Then she stepped onto the train. As it pulled away, she pressed her forehead to the cold window and watched as the lights faded into the distance. She knew she would return one day. But tonight, Lviv wasn't losing her, it was simply letting her go. And sometimes, she thought, love for a place means knowing when to say goodbye.